First talk, is that okay?
I can start with you.
Yeah, go for it. Yeah.
Okay. I've lived and worked in Mary Street for 83 years. The road between the Mount and St George's School has become increasingly dangerous over recent years due to it getting busier. As you cannot turn right at the top of Mary Street, all cars coming from Upper High Street direction turn into the Mount to go to the Mount School at the Mount. The road is only 12 foot wide and 120 yards long, and members of the public have no footpath to go up and down safely, especially with the new electric vehicles that they cannot hear coming. Lorries can barely fit down and pose the risk of knocking the wall inwards and causing harm to school children during their lunch break. The school has 220 children plus 42 preschool children, making a total of 262 arriving and leaving twice a day. It is also the main route to Vivery Park, the golf course, the cricket club, the bowling green, and 40 elderly flats at the bottom of the road, as well as access to the barracks, Mount Terrace and Mount Walk. Events at the park, such as concerts and flower shows, mean a busy route. I believe it is possible to remove the wall on the left-hand side going down and replace it with a pavement stroke cycle path and rebuild the wall for the school playground. This make it much safer for school children, students, elderly, disability people, cars, vans, lorries, especially in the winter time when there is ice and snow about. I also have feedback from residents that show others are concerned about this issue, and it's not only me who feel the danger this road poses. Going forward, I hope to have meetings with the relevant people from the school, the church and the shooting club to discuss this matter further and create a new pavement for the future. Thank you.
Thanks so much.
I do have some pictures if you would be interested to look.
Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah.
To show you what's there and what my ideas are.
To see it online.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We have put that item top of the agenda, so we've just got to go through a few things prior to that, and then we'll just jump straight into that one. Is that okay with you?
Yeah.
And then, because the first thing on the agenda means if you'd like to stay and stay at this lovely meeting, you're more than welcome. But if you want to go home after your agenda piece, then you're welcome to do so.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
So the first item is apologies. What apologies have we been given this evening?
We've got apologies from Councillor Ed Firmin and Councillor Paul Toos.
Great. Okay. Thanks so much. The next item is declarations of interest. Members to declare any interest. Is there any in the room this evening on any of the items or anything highlighted? No. Okay. Thanks so much. The next item is minutes. To approve and sign as a correct record, record the minutes of the previous planning meeting held on 24th of July. Is there any comments? Any comments at all? No. So to support the item, could I get a proposer? Councillor Stainford, could I get a seconder? Councillor Tully, could we go to the vote, please? It's carried. Thank you very much. The next item is a forward plan. Members to note the planning, development and licensing forwarding plan. Has everybody had a chance to have a look through this forwarding plan? Marcus?
Yeah, thank you, Chair. I just want to bring to the committee's attention two items we've added to next month's agenda. So Somerset Council wishing to come along to talk about the Taunton linear water park concept that's come out of the waterways strategy which they've recently adopted. And they are doing some public consultation on it this weekend at Taunton together, if you're attending. So you may see that store there in one of the sites there at Taunton together. Just to update you on that. And then I've also put on here the You may recall last autumn, winter, you had a couple of meetings where you had the discussion around the pound structure plan and the right of way application, and you decided to put a pause in it whilst the development was going. And there were a number of they came in to talk to the committee about that. We understand from recent press reports that that development may now not be proceeding. We haven't had official contact from them yet to confirm that, but I wondered whether it might be politic for you as a committee to revisit that decision now that the circumstances seem to have changed. You can bring forward a bit more information about that next month. That's all right, Chair.
Yeah, I'm happy with those items added to it for next month, actually. Especially the pound stretcher site. I think that I think we're pretty lenient with, yeah, fine, you want to get this application, we want to try and get that site up and going. But really, you know, as we said last year, we kind of gave them a point of time. If nothing happened, we've got to protect what's there, then let them crack on. So yeah, thanks so much for adding that in for next month. Could I get a to support that? Could I get a proposal on the forward plan, please? Councillor Staple, could I get a seconder, please? Councillor Lester, could we go to the vote, please? It's carried. I've got loads to choose from for votes tonight. So right, the next item is Mr. Selwood's item regarding the road safety between the Mount and St George's Catholic School. Is there any? Just firstly, I'd like to say thanks so much for providing these pictures. They're actually really helpful. Yeah, thank you, because I think sometimes it can make it a little bit, actually knowing what could be in the future, having something provided is actually really helpful. So thank you. Is there any? Would you like to have that? Sure. Is there any comments on this? Marcus?
Sorry, Chair, just to jump in. There was a planning application this committee considered last April for demolition of boundary wall and construction of low-level retaining wall top of fencing at St George's Roman Catholic School, Mount Street, Taunton. And the committee supported that application, but they did request the applicant considering to move the wall in and create a walkable pavement or path down Mount Way where it narrows.
Perfect. Well, that's a good start. It says we're on the same ballpark as Mr. Selwood, which is great. I would like to say again, I support your concerns, and I definitely think as a council and a committee, I think we should definitely write to Somerset Council, because as again, this is highlighting a definite concern, and obviously I think every year that passes is another year that's finished school, but also it's another chance for another child to actually get hit. So time is the essence here. I definitely think as a committee, I think we should support to definitely write something. Councillor Tully?
I think writing something is not good enough. No, we have to really push it in and say they have to do something. The nights are going to get darker. Yeah. It's a very dangerous area for the youngsters to walk. Small children are awkward to hold at the best of times. This is a danger. So road safety should come into it.
Thank you. Councillor Staple?
Thank you, Chair. Yeah, I mean, this picture pretty much see it all as far as I'm concerned. When you look at how narrow it is, how busy it is, and how dangerous it is. Question I'd like to know is, in terms of who owns boundary to that lane, in terms of the wall, whose land it is?
Not entirely sure about that.
I guess it'll come down to who owns. If we're to try and put in a pathway, you need to find out who owns which bits of land.
Yeah, definitely.
Because if it's private land either side, it does cause a problem as to how we deal with that. But yeah, we need to find out who owns what and what potentially can we do about it.
It's one of the things that whenever I think about this road, I actually live in Victoria Street and we go to Vivery Park most days. So I actually look up and down this road quite often. I've walked it several times. Every time I walk past it, I think like in my opinion, this road really is, in today's world with cars, it's not really fit for even vehicles to be driving up and down. Maybe cyclists or pedestrians to walk up and down it. But then on that same aspect, it's like, well, then how do people then get to the school? How do people then get to the other uses? So I think, like you say, that boundary is to be moved back. So then, you know, vehicles can still use it. So then kind of it's come up to date with today's, you know, use of cars, but also it keeps it safe for kids. So, yeah, just going back to what I said again, I think definitely, I think we should. Councillor Staple.
I'm gonna come over. I am assuming this is parking here. As a student arrangement, is this?
I think this is the school. Yeah.
Is this part of the school?
Yeah, I think. Am I correct? Would you like to show Mr. Sarah to clarify?
Sorry. On the inside of this wall is.
This is where the pavement would go.
But is this part all?
This is the school
It's part of it,
playground,
so
which
it's
is
part
why I
of the
was
school.
concerned about the wall being knocked inwards.
Yeah.
Because the school children meet there, but that's where the pavement would go. This wall has now been rebuilt because it was unsafe.
Yeah.
Most of the wall down through looks unsafe to me. Be a good idea to take it down and move it back.
Is there any chance we could speak to the school?
Okay.
Just it would be the school's land, first of all, so even if you went to Somerset Council, they're gonna,
It'll just bounce back.
I would do it.
I'll let Marcus come in, then I'll get Councillor Tully to jump in. Then
Thank you, Chair. So the application that we commented on last year was withdrawn, but it doesn't say why. There is a design and access statement in the application. It says the ownership of the school site is shared between the Clifton Diocese and Somerset Council. There are red lines that depict the diocese land. Somerset Council own the playground and the adjacent land towards the end of Mountway Road. As a result, the council also claim ownership to a small section of the boundary wall within our scope of works. And with regards to the application, at the time they consulted Nick Causer, building surveyor at Somerset Council, who gave permission on behalf of the local authority to rebuild the section of wall belonging to Somerset Council. So it sounds like there is a Somerset Council interest in there, that the school would probably be the one to talk to. Thank you.
and also just looking on that as well, it says that the wall is, if you go down, the wall in its current structure condition, it's considered as dangerous structure, which could lead to more serious issues, being an injury, threat to pupils or pedestrians. In addition to this, the existing low height allows pedestrians to overlook the school's yard. As a result, there are concerns about safety of pupils around the school. Bounce to Councillor Tully and then we go to Councillor Stainforth. Is that okay?
What I was going to say is that it's the county's duty to make sure safe routes to school. They can't get out of that. But last time it happened at Westmoreland, their answer was, well, no one's been injured yet. That to me is not good enough. I think we should push a lot to do with the safe routes to schools. The education department should be able to deal with it. You know, if part of their land has to come in for footpath, then so be it. An extra child alive to me is more important than who pays for it.
Just, I'll quickly just say, one thing that I'll probably say that Taunton Town Council is really good at is being proactive before reactive. So, you know, that, like, I'm glad you've come this evening to kind of raise this. And, you know, going forward, I think our concerns in this room definitely are echoed. Councillor Stainforth.
Yeah, thanks, Chair. I think we need to contact both the school and Somerset Council. Get school on board. They've clearly got concerns, got issues. If the land is owned or partnered between both the school and Somerset Council, between ourselves and the school, we should be able to put enough pressure on Somerset Council to get something done about the wall, get it moved in high enough to protect the children as far as people looking into the school, but enough width to add a cycle path and pavement. Yeah, it seems crazy not to.
I think so. Yeah. Okay. So I think on those points there, I think just going back on, I think we should contact school, contact Somerset Council, get them together. Oh, Councillor Lester.
Just going to ask, is there any way you can find out why the application was withdrawn
Mm.
from the previous meeting? Just in case there's some other mitigation that we're not aware of.
Absolutely. Yeah. More clarity. Okay. Okay, on that account then, could I get a proposer? Councillor Tully, could I get a seconder? Councillor Lester, could we go to the vote, please? That's carried. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. Selwood, for coming this evening. You can leave that with us. We'll get in contact with both of those parties, and I'm sure, will we give Mr. Selwood an update, or you'll probably see for our Peacock post, or even an update on the minutes along the way?
You?
All right.
I'll ensure I send it down. Fine.
Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah, we'll just update you along the way.
Yep, thank you very much.
Thank you.
I think it's quite a serious problem there,
100%.
especially with the amount of vehicles and the people living there as well.
Thank you for.
Makes it even worse. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
You don't mind if we go now?
Yeah, very much. There's quite a few mugs there if you'd like.
If you want to sit and listen to us, it's really exciting.
Thank you very much for your time.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else while I'm up?
Yeah, right, yeah.
Okay, the next item has been, there's no need to discuss that, because that's obviously been on the conclusion on that.
Withdrawn.
Being withdrawn, sorry, which is 42-23-0042. So yeah, there's no need to discuss that, 'cause it's been withdrawn. That was item number 6. If we go on to item number 7, update on Neighbourhood Development Plan Working Group. I will pass over to Mark on that.
Thank you, Chair. So yes, the Neighbourhood Development Plan Working Group is up and running. We have Councillor Sy chairing it and Councillor Tully on the group. So we've had 2 meetings today, and they're programmed in on a monthly basis now to keep momentum. So that's positive. All councillors are open to attend if found of interest, and yeah, positive so far. We've got a consultant helping us who has prepared lots of plans in the local southwest area, Tavistock, Teignmouth, Penzance. We've got Somerset Council involvement. We've got a county Somerset councillor, unitary councillor sitting on the group helping out, and officers from the planning policy team as well, attending the meetings. So the designation hasn't yet gone through, I believe, but is close to be. That's the first stage really in terms of designating the area for the neighbourhood plan to cover. And then in the next Peacock post, there'll be a call for public who are interested. So if you are aware of anyone with a particular skill set that may be beneficial to helping with developing this plan, give any sort of time to assisting with that, and that would be there'll be an application process for the working group to consider that, and yeah, there'll be further details put out through the comms teams and our channels around how people can express that interest. Thank you, Chair.
Brilliant, thank you. Also to add to that, we'll be meeting up with an officer on the 2nd of October to do a call out video for this working group, which will go on socials for people to obviously gain traction from a different perspective. So yeah, don't think there's anything else to add on that. Let's go on to the next item then. So the next item is Somerset Council parking charges on Sunday consultation. Members to consider providing response to the Somerset Council parking charge consultation. Would you like to get this one on, Marcus?
Can do. Thank you, Chair. So as you know, under your terms of reference as a committee, you have that things around transport and parking and traffic management. So it's felt appropriate that given there's not a full council now until November, you as a council are given the opportunity that this consultation was running, and essential therefore a collective response. You don't have to, you can just go in and submit your own response as councillor or local resident. As I say, Somerset Council is inviting residents and businesses to share their views on proposals to introduce Sunday parking charges. So currently there is a difference across the county, as they say, and sort of the front sheet. Sunday charges apply in sort of those places where I've watched it, the coastal parts of the county, but also Glastonbury, through up free in Taunton, Wellington, Bridgewater, Chardy, Oval, Highbridge and Crewker. So the proposal aims to standardise parking charges on Sundays across Somerset, ensure the parking service remains self-funded, and support a sustainable transport strategy. So it closes on the 20th of October, so there's still plenty of time to submit a response. But if there was a wish for this committee to make a collective response tonight, then the option is there. Thank you.
Perfect. Okay. So is there any comments? As to stay forth.
See if I disagree at all. No,
Thanks, Chair. Yeah, actually, I'm completely against this idea of Sunday parking charges. Yeah, the first, the sort of reasoning behind saying, well, everybody else does it. Just because everybody else does something doesn't necessarily mean that it's right. Also, the places that actually are charging on Sundays are more tourist areas, and the car parks are rammed on a Sunday, or rammed every day because they're tourist areas. So they probably want to clear the car parks quicker. Whereas Taunton isn't so much. And what we need to do is bring people into the town, especially for our town centre, for our shops, and on Sunday, especially for things like the Sunday market. And for a lot of people, the main day they actually go into Taunton now is the Sunday because they can park for free. And if you start charging for parking, then you can risk people moving out of the town, going to retail parks where there's free parking. We should be doing everything we can to attract people into Taunton. I mean, we know that in the run up to Christmas, the town council pay the money to give free parking on Saturday. Why? To encourage people into Taunton. I think it'd be a very bad idea to start charging on Sundays. And then on top of that, take people going to church and various things that they have to come into town for. It's really not a good thing. So that's my thoughts.
Okay. First, I'd like to Councillor Tully.
I should declare an interest because I'm the church warden minister.
You're not a parking manager, are you?
No, I'm not.
I think what
A bit late for that.
Right. A lot of the congregation that go to the minster are elderly. Nice. And I mean elderly, me, for instance, for one. But no, a lot of them are in their 70s and 80s. It's the same special to them to go to church. This charge is going to affect them. The other question which people are asking me at the moment, we pay road tax, we don't mind. We pay parking fees. We're not over worried about that. If we guaranteed car parks were at a certain level. Cannon Street car park has been a disaster. I think in the last 2 weeks they actually surfaced some of it. But it's only a quick surface. Get the winter over and it'll be back with its potholes again. You know, you're doing everything. The part of the Cannon Street is open for the cricket ground. It's there for them people. People won't come to the cricket. They won't come to the businesses. It's crucifying Taunton. And I'm sorry, I don't believe if they've managed to pay for the parking attendance now, why do they need this extra money for one day? They'd get more people into Taunton if they said, yes, the whole county gave Sunday free. Thank you.
Thank you. Any more comments? Yes, Lester.
Sorry.
Right.
Yeah, I could agree with these guys. It's a terrible idea. I think that if they want to make it uniform, I think that's good news for watching Glastonbury.
This, what I'd like to probably say about it is I'd probably say an already struggling high street across probably across the whole country. Yeah, it's unlucky the fact that Glastonbury watch it and other ones actually there are charges on Sundays. But you know, I think an already struggling high street, this it could be another, you know, another broken button that doesn't need to be done. And I think if you look at the bigger perspective of things, yes, let's say people will be paying to park on a Sunday. Less people will be coming in, which could affect possible businesses, which then maybe might be more shops not open, which is obviously less income for Somerset Council again, because there's less businesses paying rates. So really, I think they're on a balancing board. Really, I think actually I think rather than putting the charge on Sundays is really actually going to make a bigger issue further down the line. So I think as a council we need to kind of echo this loud, and I think tonight is a fine example to kind of object to this this parking consultation to remain the same as it is. And kind of, I kind of feel like this is a thing that's starting to become a yearly event. And every year it's kind of like, it's a bit like Halloween, it comes around, it's like, oh my God, like, we don't need to be discussing this, just agree on it. It was fine up until last year. Just need to move on, make a decision, get on with it. So, and also businesses need that reliability to know that that's not going to be, you know, up in airs every September. So personally, I'm going to object to the you know, this consultation. Councillor Lester.
So yeah, can we do going back to the previous point where we probably need to be maybe a bit more forceful? I mean, can we, as well as object, point out we think it's a genuinely bad idea? It's not just kind of.
Please don't do.
It's like genuinely don't do this. Don't know if there's that tick on the form.
Councillor Steve. No, good.
No, thanks, Stuart. And just thinking about what you said about, you know, continuity and for businesses. I mean, it's bad for all businesses involved, but also thinking about the likes of the markets that are on Sundays. I mean, they pay for licenses, they've got planning ahead, and they're suddenly potentially not going to have customers. I mean, you could close down the market pretty easily just by people not being able to get, you know, a free parking. Yeah, it's the one day of the week that you comfortably go into town, park your car, you go to the church, you might then go for a coffee, or you go for lunch, you do a bit of shopping. I mean, it really does. Sundays are always busy in town. I think this would be absolute madness to introduce a charge.
Kind of getting a feel in the room then.
We might agree.
Yeah, so we all agree to object on this.
Yeah.
So on this document then, for us to give a response, is it as simple as we object, or do we have to give some sort of detail, similar to what we normally do with material considerations, you know?
Yeah, you got to fill in your reasons, haven't you?
Or is it?
I've gone that far, actually. I'm just gonna, I mean, if it doesn't give me a neat solution, I could probably email the team with the summary of the comments. So what is the nature of your business organisation? I don't know. Yeah, after.
Yeah.
We got the gist of it though.
Councillor Tully?
Yeah, sorry, Chair. Could this be spread around to all councillors of the town council so that we back each other? Because there's just one committee, they may say, well, it's just a committee, but if it came as something from the whole town council.
So I think one of the reason why it's come to this committee is because it's not full council to, I think, after the consultation. Is that right? So it made sense bringing it to.
We go over full council in October.
I do.
Yeah.
What being brought forward? Oh yeah, it has. Yeah.
Can we add it to the agenda?
When's this close?
If it's.
When does the parking charge?
20th of October.
So, yeah,
So it'll be on to me, full council supporting.
so how about as a committee then, we object, but we're seeking full council's backing for an objection against this Sunday parking consultation. Does that sound good?
Yep.
Yeah. We'll come to a conclusion like that.
Yeah.
So could I get a proposal on that one, please? Councillor Lester, could I get a seconder? Councillor Tully, could we go to the vote, please? That's carried. Thank you very much. Thank you. Yeah, good. Excellent. Thank you. Okay, the next item is to comment on planning applications received from the local planning authority. So the first item is 38-25-0292-LB, which is listed building consent works, erection of a single-story extension to the side, various external and internal alteration, reinstatement of glass house, and erection of lean-to carport at Norwood Manor Road, Stateborough. What would be, I personally think, the existing floor plans and elevations would be great, and then we'll go on to the proposal. That's off the wall. If we go 2 down on floor plans and elevations,
Yeah.
existing. I think it's the 3rd one down. Sorry. Then we'll go 2 below that afterwards, please. Okay, so somewhere then we will then go on the proposed, please. Great. So some of my notes for this item is I think it's a great enhancement. I haven't got any issues with it. Will be better layout. Also,
Oh, sorry. Proposed floor plans and elevations.
also the
Not that, down,
The one above the yellow one.
the one?
the roof is currently sprayed with insulation foam.
Oh.
So that means instead of over the last 10 years, companies have recommended this, and it was, but actually it's horrendous for the roof because what it doesn't actually do is let the roof breathe. So actually, a very listed property like this will actually quickly decay because what it does is sweats. So I'm kind of glad if this could be put forward for that to be removed for the property to actually for its longevity. Changes the staircase because what they're doing is actually taking the staircase out and they're positioning the staircase. Seemed all pretty good from my behalf. It all looked very tasteful of the property, nothing out of spec. Yeah, I was happy to support it. So could I get a proposal, please, to support? Councillor Lester, could I get a seconder, please? Councillor Stainford, could we go to the vote, please? It's carried. Thank you very much.
It's Ray's turn next.
Okay, Ray, you're first. And then the next item is 38-25-0297, which is full planning permission. Erection of a single-story wraparound extension to the side and rear of 136 Outer Circle, Taunton. I actually don't know where this is.
Yeah.
Anybody know system-wise where Outer Circle is?
Yeah,
House Circle, yes.
yeah, I know.
Ward.
Yeah, I don't.
That's new.
That's my ward.
Yes, it's, I think there's somebody else.
Chair.
Yeah.
Before you go ahead. When I tried to pull it up the other day, it said expired on it
Yeah. It expired when I looked at it.
and it got no information.
There's a couple of tabs where it just said it hadn't been, yeah.
Sometimes the website does go expired, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't.
So this is the item here, isn't it? So It's not been withdrawn.
No.
Okay, so it's still active then. Okay, so
Some of the documents wouldn't open.
okay.
There's a couple said no longer available.
No, yeah,
So sometimes it might be a glitch on some
I
accounts.
think it's a glitch in the
That's
website as well. Some were available, but not all of them.
Okie dokie. Let's have a look at existing plans and elevations to the bottom, second from the bottom. Yeah, and then we'll go to the proposed, please, which is fifth from the bottom, please. Thank you. Yeah. Okay. It looks absolutely fine. Yeah.
There's no issues with it. It's not overlooking anything. It's not a two-story.
yeah, I was going to say in the outer circle, a lot of houses have done this. It's unusual.
For that. I think my only notes on this item were great applications, makes the property so much bigger, tasteful, great added benefit, and also the added extra great U value it's going to bring to the property. Brings up to spec. So yeah, I really haven't got any problem on this.
That's good.
Okay, so go for the room to support. Could I get a proposal, please? Councillor Tully, could I get a second, please? Councillor Lester, can you go to the vote, please? That's carried. Thank you very much. Councillor Stable, you're first, isn't it? Okay, the next item is 38-25-0291, which is full planning permission, erection of a single story extension to the side, various external and internal alterations, reinstatement of glass house, and erection of lean-to carport and Northwood Manor Road, Staple Grove. So this is the planning application alongside with the listed building. So
It's
This
nice.
one been around once already. We looked at this one.
Yeah, it's nice. The reinstatement of glass house is nice.
so I'm just heading back on what we've already said.
Yeah, already said it.
I haven't got any problems.
No.
Nope.
So okay. So if we to support this application,
Yeah.
proposer, Councillor Stable. Yeah, second, please.
No, we're on loop, right? Come on.
Go to the vote, please. Let's go. Thank you.
Oh,
And it's gonna throw it.
we'll cross that bridge when the time comes. Arm wrestles.
Just on the boundaries.
Can comment as like with that one that was with,
Yeah.
but it's up to you.
Yeah.
Just like a trial will probably also had them.
Okay, so the next item is listed building consent works, internal alterations at the Lawn, Ditford Road, drop. It's literally right on my boundary, so. Okie dokie, let's have a look. So, if we have a look at the proposed alterations and improvements, please, second one down.
No, second from the top.
Oh,
Second from the top. Second from one from the middle.
have it grown into.
Yeah. I mean, if you read this, yeah, I'm a little bit concerned about.
The fireplace is right.
Yeah,
They're taking it back.
they're talking about to a wall and the things for security. Some security. Fine enough.
And we'll also look at the parishes, comments on that as well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think it's the design. I like the readings I like to look at.
Yeah, it's about to say the same. I think all that I said was proposals not for the kitchen and dining room, keeping the mouldings, install the slate hearth, fully finding will enhance property, work for a bigger younger family. I think pretty much to echo what Joel Pash has said, that as long as the works is kind of followed by the listed building works, there's can't really, I don't see any issues with this. That's stable.
Thanks, Chair. Yeah, I think as long as they do follow any of the guidelines with listed buildings, because what I didn't really think was, when I was reading through, I think it was the statement that they put in, they said they wanted to knock down the wall for security reasons to be able to see into the garden. I'm not sure that's a reason to take down the wall and listed building. I just want to make sure it's done correctly.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
What we could do is support and add that comment. So works have to be, you know, we're supportive as long as it's working alongside with listed building. No, does that sound good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Could I get a proposer? Councillor Lester, could I get a seconder? Councillor Stainford, ready to the vote, please? That's carried. Thank you. The next item is 38-25-0301, which is full planning permission, conversion of a carriage into an ancillary accommodation, and erection of a single-story extension to the rear of 15 Manor Drive, Taunton. There's that. If we currently look at the existing floor plan, which is second from the bottom. Empty space. Look at the proposed, please. It's like fifth from the bottom or sixth from the bottom? Yeah, fifth.
That's the one you're hovering on now, yeah. Baseball plan.
The only difference, I don't think there's actually anything on the outside changing. But it's obviously internally making.
The front is the same, I think, as what at the back.
The back, it's wider.
Yeah.
Plus you just get those.
It'd be a window instead of the garage door.
And you've got the glass doors outside, the
Yeah.
patio doors outside.
That's facing into their own garden though.
Have I got any comments on this? Right. I think all that I put here was great use of space.
Yeah.
Didn't see any issues with this at all. You know, kind of flows well. Yeah, it's got its use. I think if they tried cramming a kitchen in there as well, I think it would have probably been quite tight, but yeah, didn't see any issues. So, okey-dokey. So to support this application, can I get a proposal? Councillor Lester, could I get a seconder? Councillor Stainford, let's go to the vote, please.
Sorry, Ray.
It's carried. Thank you. The next item is 38-25-0299, full planning permission, replacement of side double glass doors with solid metal doors at 32 4th Street, Taunton. I think the best thing to do here is photos existing proposed doors would be great. So they're currently what's there. That's what we want to fit. I really don't see any issues with this at all. I think this is really this can function really.
See, my glass doors
Yeah.
in town are.
Clearly someone's had a go at mine,
Yeah.
very judging by the piece of the OSB board that's on it.
I don't think it's a function that needs to be in place, really.
Yeah. It's the safer.
Yeah, no problems at all.
Good
No,
glass doors. No problem.
Need that one. To support this application, could I get a proposer? Councillor Stainford, could I get a seconder, please?
John, I took your, okay.
What was this for that?
Councillor Lester, could you also vote, please? Yeah. That's carried. Thanks so much. Next item is
That's the.
38-25-03 04. Full planning permission, installation of shop front at 61 East Street, Taunton.
It's the old Wilco shop,
Yeah,
splitting into two.
yeah, splitting into two, and I think the only
Better.
signage they're doing is literally just putting like 3-1 or 3A or something like that. It's
And it's,
I actually think it makes sense. That
Yeah.
it's
Smaller units are gonna
given
feel
that
easy.
big units are
better for
too
the town.
difficult to,
Yeah.
and we've got high demand for smaller units in Taunton.
100%. Even as a, even at the council, we're looking at a small, like a small shop, trying to get a small shop in the centre of
When we were
town.
looking for the pop-up shop, we
Yeah.
couldn't get one. And it wouldn't be a small shop, because remember,
No, it's not.
Wilco's is big, it'll be
Yeah.
a deep shop, so
Yeah.
two nice sized shops.
Yeah, I didn't see any issue there. I actually think it's functioning quite.
Yep.
I think.
Is there any item you'd like to see on that?
No,
I think it looks good.
It's all right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm more than happy to. Yeah, no, I think it looks nice.
It's ideal.
The only thing. Yeah. It's good. Yes. Okay, so, to support, could I get a proposal? Councillor Stanley, could I get a seconder, please? Councillor, could we get a vote, please? Carried, thank you. A little bit lonely up there.
Just what? You stay here for a bit.
You've got Marcus and Brian. They was
Laughing.
Yeah.
I'm a bit lonely. Marcus. I need them so
Yeah.
much. I have no
Yeah.
time going like.
You need a bit more after a minute.
Missing it.
Okay, the next item is.
He always misses said anyway, because they've returned.
I know,
that
I
way, doesn't
He doesn't know it's not you.
he? Hey, Jed.
I have a bad night for
Fucking
that.
Monday controls.
The next item is 38-25-0307-CMA, which is Class MA notification. Application to determine if prior approval is required for exchange of use and conversion from commercial business and service use Class E into a one dwelling Class C3 at 21 at Sherwell Park, Staple Grove. I actually don't know.
No, I was going to say, can we have a look at where this is though?
Yeah.
It's on the new development on Nutfields Private Hospital.
Yes.
Is it?
You're telling me
Oh, yeah.
it's post-
Oh, it's there.
It's
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, if we have a look at the actual application.
Yeah, so
We go on, if we go on the current
current.
ground floor,
Yeah.
and then we'll go current first floor, and then we'll just bounce on the proposed ground rent first.
Yes, second one.
Second from the bottom.
Oh, grump.
That's Tony.
This one, all they've done is, they're not altered the rooms in any way. They just changed them
It's just-
from an office into whatever they want.
Into a house.
It's actually exactly the same.
Yeah, they've not changed the layout.
Turning it back into a house.
Back, and I think, is it back into a house? Would this originally have been a house?
It looks like it from the front.
Yeah, it's just change of use, but wasn't, I think it'd be originally would have been a
Brilliant,
house.
good idea.
Yeah.
We need more houses.
Yeah.
Yeah. We do.
Why not?
I didn't, no problem at all with it. I think this probably was a house before it became a business.
Yeah, I was trying to think where there was a business looking place up there, 'cause
Yeah, no, it's not in keeping with the rest of the area.
There's no issue.
It's quite interesting because a lot of these properties, but also other properties that are a lot more older, back in like, a certain period in 1900s, it was easier to, people literally just moved an office into a house.
Yeah.
And then you go into some properties, practices and stuff like, you go in and like, this is a house, like,
Yeah.
and then all they've done is they just pop it back.
Shops and pubs, actually, in some
And-
parts of the country, were in the front, what was basically a front living room.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't got any issues with it.
No,
None at all.
no, none at all.
Okay, so to support this, could we get a proposal? Councillor Lester, could we go to the vote, please? Oh, sorry. Second, Councillor Dunning, can we go to the vote, please? It's carried. Thank you very much. The next item is full planning permission, demolition of double garage and erection of double garage with ancillary accommodation above at 15 Queens Drive, Taunton. Please look at the existing and proposed existing floor plan and elevation, please. Should we read this?
Drive up the top. That's part.
Yeah, sorry, yeah, and the wood must be somewhere around there. I just can't think which.
Proposed floor plan and elevation, please.
The beautiful house.
Hmm.
In future might come. Exactly. It's what I said.
That's a house.
And what we're doing is we can use plans. Can you scroll down to floor plans? No, on the,
Oh, yeah,
Ah,
on
on
the
the
page,
view
just
of
scroll
the-
down on the page.
yeah, just scroll down a wee bit on that page, should be, no, previous one, it's
Yeah.
that would, that's it. Yeah. Because I was doing this. In utility and,
Yeah.
and 2 bathrooms.
Multiple.
Yes, Dave.
Thanks, Chair. I'm a little bit concerned about this. To me, it looks like a house. And I'd be concerned that we may find an application coming at a later date,
For the
actually,
garage.
to switch it into the separate house. I just don't understand. Just not sure I see where the 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms is coming from above garage. Sometimes people put offices above garages, for various reasons, but just it looks like a house to me. If you put a front door where those garage doors are and a couple of windows, the side of it, I may be barking up the wrong tree, but
Thank you. I did do a bit of research about that because I've had similar it's horrible hearing stuff back. And I wondered if it was a teenager annex or a granny annex possibly. So I did do some research around change of use and whether that would be needed in this circumstance. So the advice that came back was in most cases you would not need full planning permission or a formal change of use to convert any existing garage into bedrooms, provided that the work is internal and does not enlarge the building. That the garage remains part of the same residential property, so this couldn't become a separate dwelling with a separate address. The property's permitted development rights have not been removed, and the garage is not a listed building or subject to special planning conditions. But it does go on to say that regardless of the planning permission, separately they must comply with the building regulations, which would cover insulation, energy efficiency, fire safety, ventilation, damp proofing, some of those sort of more.
So maybe in its current state, the reason why demolition of the double garage is because it's got none of it. So that's why they're building it, obviously, to create a brand new double garage with obviously accommodation upstairs, because then it will probably have all that ready in, possibly with some ivy. Possible idea. Councillor Lester.
Guess the skylight at the back covers the second exit. Is or because it's upstairs. What does it normally go?
fire,
For fire safety.
safety.
That would also be.
Yeah, go for it.
That would get picked up in the building regs, which is a separate to the planning permission, but they
Right.
would still need building regs to make these changes.
Mhm.
So
So that's
Sorry, going back to what you said about if it doesn't change the size
It's
of the garage, it's 2 stories.
It's
not
2
one
stories, not
story.
1
Does
story.
it mean the floor, you know, the floor size, or does it mean the actual square meters
Building
of
size.
the building, because it's doubling it in what you do?
So can you s-
I guess that.
When I first looked at it, it makes me think it's 2 flats.
Yeah.
That's what they're building.
Yeah.
What did you do?
Otherwise, why is the entrance not in from the house? Why is it in the garage?
Family when they come to visit.
Yeah, I don't know if you've seen also in the proposal part, so this application being prepared on behalf of the clients who've lived with the property for 30 years and joined it as a family home. The children have subsequently had families of their own and the clients therefore need further occasional bedroom space to accommodate them when they visit. The proposal will not be used in Airbnb or similar letting purposes.
Because it comes within building regs and it just, yeah.
Interesting. I think if you have a look at as the demolition of the garage and erection of the double garage with accommodation above, if you look at that on an actual applications itself, I actually look at what they've done and I don't actually see any issues with it. But you know, obviously anything that happens in the future is obviously we're surmising that could happen. Obviously then putting an attached comment to say that that's going to be the reason for them to accommodate family when they come in the future, I'd say that's probably more cement purpose than us possibly surmising at this point. I like I say, I looked at the application, I didn't see the issue, but obviously Councillor Stainforth raising those items, Councillor Stainforth.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, in favour of the applicant as well, looking at both sides. The house, the actual house itself is quite a large house. If they were to lose a garage, potentially it could devalue the house. So, yeah, they probably do need a garage. But it's, you just also think forward of, so they've lived in the property 30 years, what if they sell the property, then somebody else buys property and they've got what is potentially the size of the house and the driveway. And it's just looking at, I've seen applications refused in the past where they're concerned with somebody changing a garage. We're trying to make it into, you know, a house personally. I mean, it stands to reason if they're looking to have extra farming vehicles come stay and need extra accommodation. So, and as long as it complies with building regs and fire escapes, all those sorts of things, then yeah, we probably should support it.
Councillor Weston.
I suppose if they ever did want, or if a future owner of the house did want to turn it into a separate property, you'd have to apply for planning separately anyway. So yeah, I mean,
yeah,
I can see the logic of it and what they've said. You can take people at their word. So
With respect, we don't have to make a decision. We can just make no comment and let the people at county all deal with it.
Okay, got kind of a mixed feeling on what we should do here. Got either point to support obviously what's been done, or we leave it for Somerset Council to obviously.
To them anyways.
Yeah.
I don't mind.
Okay, well, how about we leave this application then? Kind of. We leave this one on to the next item then. Does that sound good?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. If you note that, that'd be great. Thank you. Okay, the next item is the planning committee. I'm sorry, 38-25-0300, which is full planning permission, erection of a single-story extension to the rear of 22 Upcott Crescent, Taunton. If we have existing elevation would be great. Post after that. Okay, so from what I picked up in this, the conservatory in the bottom left photo, that's obviously existing on the east elevation. I think the extension comes out from left hand side of that extension. If we go on propose now, please. It's literally hugging alongside that conservatory. Height is pretty much no different than the conservatory, the highest point of the conservatory. Yes, and then if we have a look at the floor plan, please. We look at existing, then we'll look at the first
floor
one.
plan.
Yes.
Existing, yeah, thank you.
Thank you. There's the conservatory.
Yep.
And what is that? The right hand side of the conservatory, there seems to be that there. What is? Sorry, that was a boiler.
Yeah.
There's just a window there. But,
You see,
Yeah.
like a utility.
So utility
Yeah.
type thing looks like.
Yeah.
okay, so if we have a look on the proposed for that, please.
Things one below that.
So the boiler's been it's pretty much staying in the same position. It's just putting it on a different wall.
It just, this is the
Thing,
bathroom in behind
Yeah.
it, basically.
All that they're achieving is just the downstairs.
Upstairs look.
Let's see that. See why they want to do that.
It's in the issue.
Long that's all.
Okay, so to support this application, could I get a proposal? Councillor Lester, could I get a seconder? Councillor Tully, could we go to the vote, please? That's carried. Thank you very much. The next item is for planning permission. Sorry, 38-25-0293, which is for planning permission, changing use of annex into a one dwelling at 151 Galmerton Road, Taunton. Get my notes up a sec. We have a look at the existing and proposed elevation. Yeah, I actually, what I'd really noted was it didn't actually show the proposed. Didn't show the existing, it just shows the.
No change.
Hmm.
It's really just, it's just change use. The bound is the garden boundary is the,
If we go back. Is there any other items you'd like to look at?
Just the existing and proposed floor plans.
Existing,
Yeah.
Look at both floor plans, that'd be great.
Yeah.
please.
this one?
Yeah.
yeah, it's the floor plans I looked at. Might have been the block plans actually. Let put that one first. Yeah, that's the one. Can you move it down a little bit so I can see? No, sorry, as no.
Yeah, the other up.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Councillor Staple?
Next year. Yeah, the floor plans basically is just splitting off the right hand side, which I think would originally have possibly been a garage on that house,
Mm.
which then was changed into, see this is going, it's changed into an annex, which then was trying to change into a house, small house. But also the garden is literally just that dotted line at the back. So that's the existing. If you go and change to the proposed, you'll see what it actually does.
On the proposed floor plan, please.
That's it, but it's
Yeah,
the size of it and the size of the garden.
that's on this on Greenway, isn't it? It's on Greenway.
No, Gumton Road.
Gowington Road, sorry.
Right. But this has been a case of garage, and it's a
Yeah.
tiny garden.
Also, they're not separating the front either, so that
And there's
that
also,
if they separated the front, so gave it a parking space, that would be a bit different.
there's 2 parking spaces in front of them. The only thing which,
Yeah, councillor, go.
and I'm not sure if this is right or not, but I'd like to know what. Because the house is not in a straight line wall between the 2 houses in terms of land ownership. So most of the semi-detached houses, it's a straight line through the house. This actually. And I've seen it cause complications with houses before. As to where the boundary of the house actually is, because they're not straight.
Councillor Lester.
Can we see a street view?
Yeah, might get Google Maps up on that bit.
Yeah.
I actually think that that was got land prior to the that got purchased. That part to the right, because none of the other properties have got that.
No.
You look, there's a green space to the right hand side, maybe part of that property on the right, but may not be.
It's not clear. It's not clear from the plan. It shows where they're separating the rear garden, but it doesn't show anything about how they're splitting the front.
Sustainable.
Right, just I actually looked at this picture as well. It says there's 2, I think it's 4 parking spaces. 2 for the house, which would be the main part of the house on the left, and 2 for what would be this little annex bit on the right. Well, I don't think you get 2 cars in there, so that would be my first question. I don't know what the situation is with the annexes, but when I read through some of the people who kind of talked about the fact that, you know, with other annexes, I think they have separate, is it council tax value with annexes, and they have I think they have separate postal address and a separate council tax, because they have there's something different about annexes. I don't know if that makes any difference, but it's, yeah, more clarification on boundaries and the garden, and I guess the neighbours will have right of way up the side path, the bins, because that's the only way into the back garden for both houses. Is it just from a legalities point of view of the plans actually?
Was that your hand up, Councillor Tony?
No, not me.
Councillor Lester?
Just looking at it, it just doesn't feel right. If you see what I mean, it just, I know that may not be the reason why we're being asked to comment on it, but it just seems to me like it doesn't look separate and will never look separate.
Brian?
I was just to say, I've just looked at some older maps of the same location, and what is now the annex originally, or not originally, sorry, previously was a garage, and then over time it's been developed into this annex. Actually, I've just found a photo of the annex being built June 2012. We've got construction of the annex being built. So the one question that I did have as well, because these are ex HRA, so social housing properties, and a lot of them have got covenants protecting the front garden against being tarmacked over, and it has to be retained as green space. And I'm looking at the neighbouring properties, and it looks like
Everyone's got to drive down there.
yeah, but they would be subject to, they would need to get permission a separate permission from planning because of it being an ex right to buy property. There is a separate permission which would take into account that as well. So
Councillor Aston.
No, it probably may not make any difference to those ones because there are non-standard construction houses down that side of the road. Those standard construction houses. Yeah, I don't know if it makes any
I don't
difference.
think they are.
I personally didn't get a feel from the room on this item. I think maybe we should comment on this. I think maybe the design and appearance, but maybe the layout and density of the building, perhaps.
Yeah, there's no sizes on it, which also would concern me. So you can't, so I don't know, because I know you would know normally what the requirements are for square footage of a bedroom and a living room. There's no details with it.
So
That'll be the first thing.
I think maybe on this item, I think to comment, I think we do layout density of the building, and for our comment to actually be lack of detail on sizing. Does that sound okay?
Yeah.
Stay off.
Yeah, just this one more comment, because I've gone in and found the letter, and it was the planning statement. They added into the statement to say that that it has its own established postal address, 151 in the annex, Garlington Road, and it says that it's charged with council tax separately, which I know that does exist in other houses with annexes within Gold Road things. But yeah, it just feels like it's a garage that's going to be trying to the house. I'd like to know the square footage of it.
Okay. Right. Okay, so I think we, like I said, comment on layout density. Comments also saying lack detail on sizing. Does that sound okay? Ollie?
There's also issues raised about parking, so looking to do number 6.
Yep.
As well.
Yep. It's not a problem. We can put number 6 as well about parking. That sounds great, actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Could I get a proposal on that, please?
Pretty hard.
Councillor Lester, could I get a seconder, please? Councillor Stainford, we go to the vote. It's carried. Thank you very much. The next item is it's the last planning application. 38-25-0316, potential of building works, etc. Erection of a 2-story extension to the side of 1 Trevitt Road, Taunton. Retention works already undertaken. Okay, if we look at the existing plans, then we'll look at the proposed plans, please. Okay, and then we'll have a look at the proposed, please.
Yes, within this.
Yes, within between the house and the.
Too much lot.
Just the house up there.
Yeah. I actually think it makes the property look better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's actually flowed a lot better. It looks like they're matching all the materials, what was existing.
Yeah.
I think they've done it quite tasteful.
It's not the footprint of the house with the garage doesn't get any bigger.
100%. Yeah. Yeah. No worries. Okay. To support this application, could I get a proposal, please? Councillor Stainford, could I get a seconder, please? Councillor Tully, could we go to the vote, please? That's carried. Thank you very much. So, the
Licensing.
next item is to comment on license matter received from the local licensing authority. First item is application for a street trading license, Winterfell, on the 23rd of November 2025, 1 day trading, street trading consent.
Yeah. I mean, issue with that.
This happens pretty yearly anyway. doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, it's when we have a beer.
the renewals, I guess, I think.
Just
Yeah, this is strictly just a renewal. What's going on?
really makes them.
So, that's that. Supports the application, can we get a proposer, please? So Lester, could I get a seconder? That's Tully, can we go to the vote, please? It's carried, thank you very much. The next item is MA-60246, which is an application for a pavement license, application and plan regarding renewing of a pavement license for table and chairs outside of Green Days, 51 St James Street, Taunton.
Just renewal, isn't it? It's just renewal.
Yes, renew.
Yes.
It's just renewal.
Yeah.
That's fine. Nice.
Okay, so could I get a to support this application? Yeah, proposer, Councillor Stayford, could I get a seconder, please? Councillor Lester. Can I go to the vote, please? That's carried, thank you. Next item, shall I ask you, Marcus?
For the next one, councillors, the application for a review of the premises licence. We've had some information today from the local MP. My advice to the committee would be not to take the opportunity to make a representation at our meeting tonight. I've emailed the licensing authority and asked for the status of the Home Office request for a review of the premises licence. But that would be my advice at this stage until we know any further details before making any. As we're not the licensing authority. Yeah, with the details. Thank you, Chair.
Think we follow that?
Yeah.
Follow it.
Perfect, okay, great. Okay, so the, if I'm correct in saying there's 2 extra items to look at, is that right, or is there 3?
3.
There's 3, there's one highlighted at the top, actually. Sorry.
That is any.
Sorry.
The
Okay.
change of use, it's a signage one. So.
It's really strange, we've got one that's yellow, is that because it's been, one that's yellow and then,
When it got copied over.
Oh, right, I didn't see the yellow bit, right.
is there any chance, just for more clearer, but when it's on, decisions, if we can get those highlighted, the ones that we're looking at instead of bold, sometimes there's not much difference between the font, that'd be really helpful. But definitely on one of the items, I'd be like, well, I can see they're definitely looking at that one, so I can, sorry, yeah, I'm assuming something really tiny. So the first item, if I'm correct, 38-25-0223, which is changing views from house of multiple occupancy, so HMO, into 9 number of self-contained flats at 41 South Street, Taunton. So if I'm correct in saying, this is just down the road from Barry the Baker, opposite school. It's a very derelict property, well, it was. I'd probably say works of the purchase of the property was maybe in the last 18 months, but in the last 6 months, a lot of work has been going on. They must have had skips there for about 6 months. Just it was in such a bad. They've put a brand new roof on, brand new windows. They, it's
See, the already looks an improvement on the.
yeah.
I had a look at the plans.
It was
You look at the existing and then
Yeah.
what they're proposing, even just the ground and first, you'll see.
having seen how this property's come on even in the last, and if I'm correct in saying there's parking behind as well.
Yeah, it's parking for it.
Okay, you think it's only about 10 meters past, and there's a full wraparound.
That's
I
existing.
mean, basically, it's just all bedrooms with a toilet. That's all it is currently, or what it was. So,
And
and then if
The
you
actual
put,
property itself is big, so
and then if you put the proposed, it's an improvement.
yeah, 100%.
There. It's not sort of contained flats.
We don't have sizes again, do we?
Yeah, we do.
Oh, the dimensions. Oh, sorry, I see. Sorry, just we put length and width.
It actually says in the
Design
statement as well.
statement. Sure.
Stay within the limits. Fine.
Yeah, Briny, even the space.
You're the size person.
Briny.
That one definitely is. That two. That one.
42.
One bedroom, isn't it? One bedroom, second story. Limit is 39 square meters. Which is over.
Flat 3 is 39.6.
Hmm.
So they're within the square footage.
I think that was the smallest one out of all.
And it's within the requirements.
Requirements.
Right, so that's 37.
It's certainly better than any
Sorry?
stuff I've seen.
Oh, you're going upstairs. There's another floor, is there?
Mm.
Ah, okay.
It's 9 flats.
9 flats.
They'll probably all be pretty much the same, I think.
Just saying there
There's just a 3 per floor. And it's
can you just do
the second floor proposed.
yeah.
Yeah, I remember in this property for about 2 years, just seeing pigeons come out of windows for years. So to finally see this actually turning into something better.
Big enough, I don't know.
Oh,
That's
that's is bigger.
Too small.
Oh, the one at the end.
Yeah,
It's just a wee
I
bit.
know, but
Briny.
It does say it's slightly confusing on the guidance. So it's all done based off of bedroom number and then people number. So that would be one bedroom, single, and sorry, one bedroom, single bedroom, or one bedroom, double bedroom.
Hmm.
But it does say on the smallest one, which is a one bedroom, one person, it's got 39 and 37 in brackets. So
Ah,
okay.
I'm not
Not
entirely
really.
sure what the brackets for. So I wouldn't want to say that it was too small.
is it maybe to do with a cupboard or?
Not entirely clear.
Sounds to me, looking at the both of those numbers, it looks like they bounced on both of them to be the correct size. Can I stay for?
That's it. I think it looks, first of all, it was a massive improvement on what it was, and the building was clearly disrepair apart from anything else as well. And we do stick to guidelines, make sure people get good properties and the right size. Can we just ask them just to clarify on the 37 in brackets 39 to check what it is,
Good idea.
and but support it overall?
Yeah.
Because I think they've done a really nice job actually. That's
So if I'm correct in saying, it would be support, but layout and density of the building just as a comment.
just that one
Yeah,
apartment.
Comment on the
Just a
smaller
comment on that layout and density of 39 and 37 flat, just for clarity and complete size. Is that?
Yeah.
Is that okay to note that? Okay, could I get a proposal, please? Councillor Stayforth, could I get a seconder? Councillor Tully, could we go to the vote, please? That's carried. Thank you very much. The next item is 38-25-0240, which is full planning permission, erection of 6 paddle tennis courts with enclosed canopies with an associated pavilion with viewing area at Queen's College, Troll Road, Troll.
Trust.
So the position of this is literally right next to the tennis courts. There's currently, I think, about 6 or 8 tennis courts. But the construction of it is, if we have a look at the proposed visualization, it has been, am I right in saying it's been?
I don't think really.
I don't see any objections to it from the public.
No, it's good for you.
I'm just trying to think where within Queens it is.
It's right up the top.
No,
It's not clear to any of the house, near to any of the houses, I know that. It's away from everything.
So, just an update, this has been approved,
Yeah, no, there's nothing wrong
Yeah.
with it, so,
conditional approved.
yeah, good.
we need them.
I don't think we would, I think
Yeah.
it looks good, it's far enough away from,
Is it worth us, if it's, what does it say at the top? Has it got, what's the detail? Should we go right to the top, sorry?
they would expect to get this, so that they could, because remember they went to the press and said they were first in Taunton,
Yeah.
Yes.
even though they weren't really. They're a bit naughty.
Yeah, you should write a comment saying they need to be called the
And in
Console.
future, don't say that you're the first thing that actually gone through the planning process. Right, we should tell us.
It's a good.
Just so that they can. It was naughty.
Yeah, so it's been approved, to conditions, so, the only thing that, we could do is just we could show support, but obviously,
Yeah.
conditions.
Yeah,
We do that,
Yeah,
We support it.
more facilities, the better.
so just support, under obviously, the added additions amended. Yeah, could I get a proposer, please? The support? Mr. Tully, could I get a seconder, please?
Do some work.
Councillor Lester, could I go to the vote, please? That's carried. Thank you very much. Right.
Is it right just to come back on that previous one, because I found the answer to the 37 versus 39 square meterage. So the reason why it's different is that where a 1 bedroom, 1 person has a shower room instead of a bathroom, the floor area may be reduced from 39 square meters to 37,
So
which
it's
is the
within,
case.
it's within limits, yeah.
Just within
Okay,
limits.
Yeah.
perfect, thank you.
Perfect.
So how about we scrap?
Yeah, scrap it.
Yes.
Already voted on it, so.
Okay.
We'll change it, but
Well, we've just asked for we've said we
Yeah.
support it as long as clarified
Yeah,
it's
so-
39
Perfect.
and it is
Yeah.
within limits, so it's fine.
No, thanks so much. Thank you. Is the next one.
Sign the external.
Kenzies, is that correct? Display, so 38-25-0275-8, which is advertisement, display of 1 number of externally illuminated fascia signs, and 2 number of non-illuminated signs at Mackenzie's Castle Green, Taunton.
I thought it was shut. Is this a new? Oh, let's see the.
Okay, if we have a look at the,
Come back to Winchester.
yeah, if we have a look at the signage in situ. Kenzie sign down. Winchester.
Yeah.
All calm down.
Oh, is it the winch?
Oh,
Oh, yes.
I know, right, now I know where we are now, I was like, well, no, this is
Yeah.
Mackenzie's.
Yeah, no, it changed to Mackenzie's.
I went to,
Where have you been for the last?
I went to a phone party at the Winch when it closed down in about 1998.
Now you're showing me.
How many times has it been closed?
Don't worry, I don't check that much.
Oh, see, it's still got the winches
Oh.
off in this one.
Wait for it to all blow over, isn't it?
Or is it going back to the winch? Oh. Are they changing it
Yeah, they're changing the name.
back
Back
to
to
the
the
winch?
Winchester.
So it's gone back to the Winchester.
Yeah.
Ah,
I
I
haven't,
wondered if it was.
No, do it.
Oh, yeah,
haven't got any issue.
Not if you nothing at all.
no problem at all.
Not if it's still a phone party.
Yeah, Heritage come back, said
Yeah.
supporting.
And they did do some work on the building, did we not?
Actually, yeah, because
Came up-
we,
did
that's
the
right,
work
we
that
did,
came
the-
up.
they've done
They
some
were doing
changes.
internal building works and because it came up because of heritage.
Yeah,
So we support
it
it.
was for someone to stay overnight, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Accommodation.
So to support this, could I get a proposal? Councillor Lester, because of this phone party days. We get a seconder, please. Nostalgia there, really. Councillor Stainport, could we go to the vote, please? That's carried. Thank you very much.
Won't tell you where it slept.
Okay. Next.
I think you may have a conflict of interest here. Personal list.
It was on a 40 avoids. We tried to.
35-0283, which is full planning permission, changing use from warehouse use class B2 to a paddle centre use class E 1/D and F2 brackets C, including signage construction of outdoor core with lighting at Unit M6 Crown Industrial Estate, Venture Way, Taunton. Office.
Thank you, Chair. Just to say, we've had a comment already from a TTC councillor in advance, one councillor Conasole, saying that he would want to show full support of this application due to the health benefits and greater quality this sport brings to the town. Really impressed.
Where is this one? I can't remember. I've lost my bearings.
Can we see the ground plan and then the existing ground plan and the proposed ground plan?
Ah, it's an edge one.
Sorry, you want to see what?
No, I just can't think where it is. Crown Industrial Estate, where is it? This one. Used to be called the Winchester, did it?
Any chance we'd be able to get the position on Google Maps?
Yeah, that's really not helping me.
Just so you know where that's Crown Industrial Estate.
Oh, right, yeah. No, I know we are.
Yeah.
Sorry, yeah, caught up now.
Yeah.
Oh, no, that's great use of space. That's
That's
using
fantastic.
industrial units for that sort of thing. Fab.
Absolutely.
I'll give that a bash.
And no need to worry about upsetting anybody.
No, that's it.
No noise. It's not as much as you want.
Absolutely.
Plenty of parking, because the parking is all free out there, but
Yeah.
it's not in the town centre.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah, I'll be honest, where that area is, it's very tucked away.
Yeah.
You've got quite a long road, then it hooks off to near the prototype.
I went to Europarks the other weekend. Tell you what, finding it first of all is not that easy. So it's no, it is secluded. It doesn't have any houses next to it. There's no noise.
State is diversifying as well. There's a gym in there now and a martial arts centre. That
Makes sense. Nice. Good job, bit of a cafe.
I've got, would you like to, anything else you'd like to see, like any of the photos of it inside or?
See, yeah, because I see the plans,
Like,
what it's going to look like. The plans, ground plans for it.
If we go on. Some pictures really top, we got the top, sorry.
Post compound plan,
Met-
you're on that's college.
19 technical sheet. Existing elevations, and no, let's go on proposed elevations, that might be quite good. Might show us in, so or floor plan sounds good. Got cycle store, bathrooms, changing rooms, you have,
Nice.
I think it's a small waiting area. Might be a little cafe there.
Oh, right,
yeah.
yeah.
And you've got 6 courts in there as well.
It's good use of the
Yeah,
space.
yeah,
That's a lot of, yeah.
Is there anything else you'd like to see on it?
Not for me.
So this is support and motion. Can we get a proposal, please? Councillor Tully, can we go to seconder? Councillor Lester, can we go to the vote, please?
Yeah.
Carried. Thank you very much. This is the,
Then got to vote through the comments
yes,
that's been submitted.
yes. So, yeah, correct. So submit comments on behalf of town council to notification of planning applications in this area. Could I get a proposer to support the comments that have been put forward? Councillor Lester, could I get a second, please? Councillor Stainford, could we go to the vote, please? Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
So,
Yeah.